The farm families of Cabot Cooperative are happy to be stuck in Vermont.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name is Ava Sahlberger. We're here in Plymouth, Vermont, really in the middle of nowhere.
Today is our annual ice cutting event, and this is our 40th year, or 40 plus. We have about, I think, 250 or 300 volunteers, which is mostly campers, their parents, and staff.
This weekend is the Ice Cutting Work Weekend, which is a pretty essential piece of Flying Cloud. At Flying Cloud, we live pretty simply. We don't have electricity.
We cut ice to store in the ice house for the summer.
Flying Cloud is a camp and they don't use any electricity. So for to keep their food cold and stuff, we cut some of the ice out of the pond and
we're using these old-fashioned heritage tools to cut blocks of ice out of our very small pond that we have here. Then they go on the sled and they get pulled up with a pulley and a lot of people pulling.
Farm and Wilderness is a 72-year-old organization, and we run 6 summer camps. And the camps are based on Quaker values. We don't do things competitively, we do things building cooperation. The idea in Quakerism is that your role in the world is to help people find their light within. And what we find is that we have 4 generations in some families that have sent campers every generation.
Actually, I was turned on to the Farm and Wilderness by my dad, who came here when the camps were just starting.
I've been coming here 11 years.
Why? Why do you come back all these summers?
Well, I have a lot of friends here that I like to see.
Because everyone in FC is a lot nicer than anybody.
We go on a lot of hikes, we learn outdoor living skills.
Burst into song or
Hugs, and we just have such a close-knit community.
Flying Cloud is a residential summer camp for boys 11 to 14. So we're not just doing how to survive in the wilderness, we're doing how to thrive in the wilderness.
There's no electricity or running water.
There's absolutely no modern technology.
They light a fire in the beginning of the summer, and they cook over that fire the entire summer, living in teepees or wigwams.
The naming ceremony is how we bring rites of passage back to 11 to 14-year-old boys. Every time I address a Flying Clouder by their Flying Cloud name, I'm saying, hey, this is what's really great about you.
It's like a second family and a second home.
this summer will be my 2nd at Flying Cloud, but my 4th at Farm and Wilderness.
I really have a lot of appreciation for water when I'm at home.
And also when I go back home, everything seems sort of easy because it's well, I did all these things, so now I just have to do my homework, and that's not so hard.
This was a gathering of all the people at Farm and Wilderness in that community so that we can have one camp work, which is sort of this process of work is love made visible, which is a big phrase at Farm and Wilderness to bring people together. And so every morning we wake up and we have all these different chores that we have to do. So we have to collect the firewood from the forest, we have to split that firewood, we have to make the fires to cook all of our food.
And if you don't work, you don't eat, and you don't have water or anything.
I think people find a deep satisfaction from actually accomplishing something with their own muscle power.
When you care about someone, one of the best things that you can do is, help them out with work and do something for them.
I think they're learning what a joy it can be to do hard work together.
Create an experience so detached from the world, it's sort of like going to Never Never Land. I sometimes tell people.
Especially I live in New York City. Oh, really different from here.
It teaches you all these values that when you apply them to your life, as far as I'm concerned, it's worked for me and I see it working for all of these boys. You can lead a happier life.
I did it! I trumped a mile and a half in and a mile and a half out. I'm feeling like a real Vermonter today. We'll get stuck around with you again real soon. Time to get inside. You've done well, camera.